So the reason Chief Meteorologist Shel Winkley is not here in the studio with us today is because he's out in Navasota at Team Ford, and he's giving us a tour of the newest member of the Pinpoint Forecast team. It is the Weather Edge. It's a complete forecasting, storm-chasing vehicle. Shel is joining us live right here, but we have Max in the studio because I barely know what I'm talking about when it comes to meteorology, so I needed a little help. Hey, Shel, what's going on out there?
Great. You know, it's a little cold. I never get to actually be outside in the weather, so it's a nice little change that we have here. But yeah, we are at Team Ford Navasota, and I got to say a special thank you, because when you see this thing, it is a huge undertaking, so we could not have done it without them. But this is the Weather Edge. We'll give you a kind of a view here of what it looks like, and we'll start up at the top, Kathleen, because there's a lot that goes into this vehicle. So the way that we're going to be bringing in, this is kind of the new way we do the news. You always see that live van out there, and we still use it, but really it comes from the data network, the same way that you might FaceTime your friends and family or maybe do a little Skype. It's these black balls that you see right here that's taking all that data, and that's how we're actually coming to you live. Now, if you're in a place like Navasota, Bryan College Station, most parts of the Brazos Valley, that works well. But if you'll notice up here, we've got this big satellite dish. No, that's not the actual radar that we're using, but that's in case we get out there, you know, into the storms, or maybe we come to somewhere where, you know, the weather's been so bad that the cell signal and the data is just not working. That's where the satellite comes into play. We've got telephone through that, and we can get a shot up to you anywhere across the Brazos Valley, across the country, and really, if we had to, across the world. So let me take you around. We'll continue to show you some of the big things on the top. We've also got a couple different things that will be routed to this TV back here. This is going to be great when we go out to schools and be able to talk to the students. We can really bring the weather to them a little bit more. Right now, we've got what looks a little different than your normal pinpoint radar, and we'll talk more about this in a bit, but there are a little bit of light shower activity. So we've got radar on board, we've got live currents, and we've got the ability to bring up pretty much just about anything that we can back at the station into this TV here as well. Come around, we've got plenty more to show you. Over on the other side of the vehicle, up here, we've got what we our weather station. So this is the same one that we have over at Easterwood Airport when we give you the current conditions, the wind speeds, the rain, things like that. We have that right here on top of our vehicle. That's going to be key when it comes to tracking severe weather, when it comes to big wind speeds and big downbursts and things like that. Let me show you inside. This is actually the impressive part, and this is where engineers really shine, Kathleen and Max. This is the heart of this whole Weather Edge. This is everything that keeps us running. There's a lot of technology in it, and just about every key aspect of what we do is coming from this right here, right behind the driver's side vehicle. More to come, though. Here in the front seat, so the way that we're going to be able to bring you the complete story. Say there's severe thunderstorms, we've got some rain, we've got flooding, maybe we've got some snow and ice. We can have a driver in the driver's seat, someone in the passenger seat. We can route any of the cameras that we have here in the Weather Edge, this monitor, so that we can see out, and that includes a camera here, right here, so we can talk to you live on air. We've got another camera facing out, and one more that we'll show you here in just a bit. And we talked about those live currents. This is where we see it all, and this not only goes to the right here on our driver's side, but it also goes back to the back. We need a lot of information out there. Maybe it's going to be the NOAA weather radio, maybe it's the scanners to see what's happening, or maybe even ham radio. We've got both of those right over the top of our head, and as we make our way to the front of the vehicle, this might be the best part of this whole thing. So we have what we call our mesodome camera. It's right here at the top. You'll see it as we drive down the road, but what this can do, it's controlled by joystick inside the vehicle. So what we can do is either point the camera where we want to go, or we have the technology to track a storm by saying this storm is moving to the southwest at, say, 15 miles per hour, but we're driving the opposite direction at 70 miles per hour. That camera will lock on and stay filming with it the entire time. So this is the Weather Edge, and this is what we're going to start rolling out to the streets of the Brazos Valley and really start bringing the weather your way.
Yeah, Shel, we can still hear you, but we're having trouble with that signal right now. There he is. He's in and out. One of the other things that we can do with this is we can actually do some live weather hits. So after the break, either it's going to be me or Shel. We're going to give you the weather, and we'll make sure you get the 7-day forecast and a pinpoint radar update. We'll be right back right after this.